Would you say that content is everything have to be bespoke, or would a
No, not necessarily. I think one of the aspects is if you talk about location-based services, if currently what can happen if a bar owner will get some music, pay a subscription for your music, may pay a subscription for Wi-Fi, may pay a subscription to a digital signage provider.
Mm-hmm.
There's an opportunity for consolidation of that. So you provide a bouquet of services. And that could extend to anybody wanting to have this and this and pay an amount for that as a service. We don't have that.
So
yet.
lots of opportunities for.
I think it's open. I say I think we're still in that area where most of it is bespoke. Bespoke means expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, you need to make a business where you can get good generic content, obviously at a reasonable price, and that's always.
And Mood, you have your own content developers at Mood Media, as well as using agencies.
Yeah, no, we have them in house, and every client we have is really case by case. We have a template system which is almost kind of off the shelf, I suppose, and we can give that to these smaller retailers, for example, where we just train them up and they can put their own content on and do that, and it's a sort of quick entry route into the market. But we are finding that most of it is bespoke, and because they don't have the resource or the time to do it, they end up giving us all of their marketing collateral, and it's up to us to then think about what their objectives are and amend and tweak that content or add to it to meet those objectives and do it for them. So we are finding that if they want digital signage, they will find the budget at the that's
right.
That.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
And then Christy, were unique, I guess, 2 or 3 years ago in being an engineering company, spending so much time on content. What have you looked for when you've partnered with content providers? Is there anything specific that you've looked for?
So till now, most of it's been in the bespoke area. We look for people that have imagination, are willing to, that have the tools to because we're focused on arbitrary shapes, on shapes that we think rectangles are boring. We like other shapes, and it's not everybody can do that. So we found a number of firms throughout the world that work for us and work well. I mean, there's and many more can do it with practice. So, I mean, you've done a great job at the shopping mall in Ireland. We use Amigo here. We use Arsenal Media. We use Show and Tell and a number of other firms. But these aren't the firms, of course, that the 1 and 2 store chains are going to use. So.
Right. Okay. And Harris, what's your when you've looked at content people, have you looked for a specific skill set, or is it just imagination? Is it just the willingness to learn and do something different, or?
Well, there's kind of different levels. There's people that are providing generic content. Maybe, for example, news, weather feeds and so on. That could be one part of a service proposition. As I said, most. Our context is really, the partners that we're using are providing, in-country support potentially for, a turnkey system. So to, managing the service for clients, whether it's a pub chain or a retail chain, but also providing creative services to them, as well as doing the initial installation and so on. Mm-hmm. So if you can get all of that in one, which doesn't always happen, you have, a number of different partners, then that's good. So, our role is in terms of our education is more towards those content creators to make sure they understand that what we can offer as a tool set.
Would you all agree that the content people, although we have some good ones, there's more education needed in the content world?
I absolutely think so. I think that
I agree with that.
Yeah.
We're 5 years behind where we need to be.
Really?
Yeah. Not just learning the software and how to use it, but why they're doing it, why our clients want. Yeah, absolutely. What the application is.
Yeah, we talk about occasions. It's about the person, where they are, who they are, and even what time of day it is, because as you travel through your day, you have different frames
Right.
of mind.
Receptive for different
You
things.
know, receptive for different things, and it depends, where you are and so on. So ultimately, when you're creating content, you've got to put yourself in that place, in that occasion, and make sure you're kind of connecting.
Right.
So it's tough.